Hey guys, no video for our castles and old buildings in Japan playlist. We're going to show you a couple of castle keeps. Sadly, they're not original, they are rebuilds. However, the external designs of them and the locations are accurate. So if you looked at these a couple of hundred years ago, you would have seen basically the same sort of structure in the same location. You might recognize this one. We've actually shot a couple of videos at this one before. And those of you who follow us on Facebook will recognize this beautiful plum tree. We showed you a still photo of that this week. Isn't that beautiful? So usually when we look at these, it's really hard not to imagine what it would have been like when they were in use defensively from a strategic point of view, and what they would have had around them as far as walls and as far as other defensive structures and that sort of thing. The other thing that we often think about when we're in these old places is the communication, because in the days before cell phones, before the whole population was staring at their smartphones 24 hours a day, they would have relied on visual communication quite a bit. And it's interesting that quite often these things are within sight of each other. So there's another one over there. It's also a rebuild, sadly, but again, the structure's authentic and the location is accurate. So they were within eyesight of each other. So perhaps you could see a flag being flown over there, or definitely smoke, but they could definitely communicate with each other within eyesight like that. And that's quite common. We do see that quite a bit. Quite often there'll be a series of small structures like this with defensive walls around them within eyesight of each other, so they can communicate between themselves. So now we'll have a look from this one, looking back at the one that we looked at first. Obviously it's in a better position up there on the hill. Interesting, isn't it? So sadly, time and wars and things led to the demise of a lot of these original castles, but we have shown you some of the oldest ones in Japan on the castles playlist, so if you haven't seen them, check them out. Gets the imagination going, all that, doesn't it? Anyway, there it was. More videos coming soon.